Hey guys, welcome to ESL2 for the Black Monster Cup. We're in the Russian qualifiers and into the second semifinal of the day. We got DragonTeam up against Team Empire here, and obviously that's not the same Empire that you guys know who became Moscow 5 and then eventually into Gambit. It's a different team, still their name, and we'll see how this goes here. We have a Renekton versus Aatrox in the top lane, a Kha'Zix versus Evelynn in the jungle, a Nilly versus Ziggs middle, a Caitlyn and a Leona versus an Ezreal and a Morgana lane. And funny enough, that Ezreal was chosen first, so it's interesting to see how that actually does go here. But I don't know, if you're going to pick Ezreal first, you better perform well with him. And we do have the Relic Shield picked up for Leona. And over for Morgana, we have the Spell Thief's Edge. So a little bit of a difference in the two items picked up in the beginning. But we'll see how this goes throughout the game. Pretty sure you can hear me doing that with the other mic too. I'm taking it off the desk because it's there for no reason. But I really want to go over the lineups for both teams, but I don't think I can say all the names, so I'm going to try. On Renekton, we have Nick 1. On Kha'Zix, we have Panda. On Nilly, we have Peter Porker. On Caitlyn, we have Tranlim, and on Leona, we have Archie. Over on the side, though, for Empire, we have another Panda, Pedo Panda, on Aatrox. We have Jester on Evelynn. We have Paranoid on Ziggs, Neon on Ezreal, and Christus on Morgana. Actually, they weren't that bad. I thought they were going to be more difficult than that with their names, but anyways, we do see Aatrox just quickly shoving in the lane as AP. Forcing Nick to farm under this turret, and so he can build up an advantage in that top side. Same bottom for Dragon as well. Trying to hit that level 2 a little bit earlier on than their opponents. The reason that the intro comes there, guys, is because I have to run one more intro before we actually get into game. And sometimes loading screens take 10 hours, sometimes they take 10 seconds. But either way, the show's going. That's all that matters, guys. Alright, so on the side of Dragons, currently a little bit behind in the top side, middle as well, but it all comes down to how these junglers react, and I really want to see what's going to happen here, as we do have, wow, the Dark Body land, but Leona still gets the Zenith Blade off and actually does get pulled all the way to Morgana right there, and you're seeing Caitlyn trying to harass them down, trying to punish them a little bit here. And this is on 4.4, guys. This is on live. So all those updates that went through recently are here. And I honestly have to like brush up on every single one of them since I was gone this past weekend in Katowice for Intel Extreme Masters. But hopefully a lot of champions aren't picked that are affected here. But Neon does get caught with the Zenith Blade, does get ignited up as well. And we have Caitlyn trying to go in on him right there, but he does survive. He didn't pop his barrier, and he lives, but now Aatrox didn't get actually Blood Will popped. He turns with the Ignite as well, looking for the knockup. He does get it. This is going to be first blood, most certainly for him. He gets the kill onto Nick, and that will be first blood. Give it over to Panda there in a one-on-one. And he comes out completely ahead in that one. Frost, if we have massive pauses, I do have my 3DS here on the side waiting. So I've been prepared since the first couple weeks when we had those ridiculously long pauses. And either way, we did have Leon actually go back to base since he got shoved down, well, got shoved out of lane. And this is giving Tran a lot of time to get a lot of free farm here, 26 to 18, so he's not that far ahead. But he is building a lead nonetheless. Both top laners is going to return to lane with the double Dorn's blades. A cloth armor picked up for Pedo Panda there. So he'll be a little more tanky. Other than that, both junglers being not that impactful. You're gonna see Evelynn actually right there off to the side, looking to potentially go in. The Zenith Blade does come in, and if that landed, that actually would have been completely in favor of Empire, but unfortunately, it did not. And now Aatrox getting shoved back to his turret. Look at the damage he's actually taking here. He's completely coming out really far behind in this trade. Obviously with his It's W, who should be able to heal up quite well, though. And actually get the knock-up under turret as well. Not be able to capitalize with any damage off of that. Meantime, Nidalee, all alone in middle. As we had Paranoid actually go back to base, pick up a Nova Doran's ring, pick up the 2 fairy charms, and build into that chalice here very soon. Surprised he actually went back that early. And he doesn't even have a summoner popped, so it's not like he got shoved out, but oh well, we'll see how that works. As he does return either way. And Evelyn, even getting low in the jungle, won't be able to gank here. And also, Panda on Kha'Zix has been very quiet this game so far. Hasn't really made an impact anywhere. Hasn't really showed up at lane either. Just been farming up, currently level 5. But Evelyn's also level 5 as well, so hasn't really been able to build up an advantage so far. And Nick one going to continue to play very aggressive here. Kind of surprising considering there is an Evelyn that could just show up at any given moment and provide another kill for Aatrox, who already won that 1v1 earlier on. Exclamation point drop. I remember tuning into the stream and seeing a lot of people spam that. Alright, so Panda now level 6, as well as Nick 1 on that top side. Could see another fight break out very soon, but with buffs coming up, I would imagine both junglers wouldn't really visit any of these areas here in Panda. Well, Pedo Panda I should call him, since there's another Panda in the game. He's actually being harassed back. He's not even winning the farm trade right now, 42 to 34. Even with that first kill that he did get, still playing very passive, very scared right now. Which is a little bit surprising, but we'll see how that happens. We'll see how it progresses here. Not too often you see Aatrox in that top lane anymore. Just typically when you see someone win a 1v1 like that in the lane, especially the top lane, they're able to get a major dominance on the lane, especially when you have an Evelyn in the jungle, but right now both Lubos have been donated over. Kha'Zix is in that top side looking for a gank here. He did evolve his Q. And the Panda does have his blood well. Pops ultimate, is he gonna chase onto this? Kha'Zix stealthed up, actually goes straight into him. He does have the ignite. The blood was going to be popped here, but will they go for the dive on the turret? He could actually get bursted down very quickly, as he does go in. Actually, Panda did evolve his ultimate, sorry, not his Q, and will back away from this one with the help of his flash. And now Panda surviving that 1-on-2 gank, going to be able to survive, or actually just back away from the turret. Zig's ultimate comes in on a Nick, actually clears out the mini wave, and Nick looking for the dive here. He does get knocked up though, and he is taking up the turret. He gets the kill, but here comes Evelyn off to the side. Should be able to turn this around, should be able to pick up the kill here. And will in fact get it and give the assist over to Ziggs and Aatrox. So coming out very far ahead right there in that little bit of a trade. Works out very well for them. Kind of funny to actually have that happen. Interesting, I'd say. If Pedo Panda waited like 1 more second and got the knock up right when he got hit by that Renekton, he would have been taking out the turret and actually would have given him a much better chance of surviving. But either way, hindsight is always 20/20. And here comes Evelyn on the gank middle. Flash will come out. Barrier comes in as well, but that will be a kill. Number 2 going over to Evelyn there. So being very impactful now in this game so far. He's actually going to buy that, sitting on 1,300 gold. Might even go for Dragon off of this. This mid laner is now down. Panda with Ninja Tabi getting pushed into and shoved on right away yet again here in that chain vest that Nick picked up is making it almost impossible for Pedo to really trade here, but with the sustain that he has, he's able to do it fairly well. Nick gonna be able to stay alive here. Panda gonna pop the ultimate and potentially chase him down here. Doesn't actually have a way of closing the gap at the moment. Doesn't have a jungler up there either. Why are you switching away from that, Director? And he will just heal up anyways instead. And actually get the knock up on the Nick here, but he should have sliced nice. He has 1 more hit left. He's gonna get some sustain as the flash comes in. Both of them flashing out of this one. And Nick will be able to escape this one by the skin of his teeth, but Pedo Panda really trying to show his dominance right there. He's able to just pretty much shove him out of lane now. Frost, I believe you are right. I believe the mods just don't like Cool Song. Alright, so Nick gonna be actually sticking around, not shoved out of lane just yet. We need to have Panda Actually sticking around to potentially go in for a counter gank to maybe keep him alive if Aatrox did want to go for the dive on the turret, but either way they do not. They back away after this one. Let's check out this bottom lane. 95 to 75, so a big lead. Surprisingly. Actually not surprisingly, built up on the side of Dragon. Caitlyn currently 100 CS to 75, so nice 25 CS lead here. And also 15 over on the side of Archie, so he's been able to pick up quite a bit of extra gold to help with that. Meantime, bottom turret did just fall, and that is the first one of the game. So even though down in kills, they're still almost tied up in gold overall here. And Pedo Panda might go for the dive. Here comes Kaz from the side. Knockup does land. Panda actually doesn't use it to escape here. He's going to get taken down because of that. He's actually going for the fight instead of the potential runaway. And that will be a kill coming in for Panda. Ziggs ultimate going to come in. Going to clear out the wave and help keep that turret alive now. But either way, that's two successful ganks coming in for Panda right now. He's going to use the ultimate off to the side, trying to harass him off this dragon. Nearly off as well. Here comes Ziggs from the top side though. And Jester, he wants to secure this one. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to as well. The ultimate comes in, it pretty much completely whiffs. Does hit Neon though, and the smite will come in. That will be enough. They will secure the dragon, but will they go for the fight off the back of this? Morgana actually looking for the ultimate. Does it on the limb, but will they actually go for the fight as he does have the Edge ultimate come in? It does miss, and now Tran trying to run away. He's not going to be able to survive this one. He's going to go down here in just a second. And that will be a dragon and a kill coming in for the side of Empire. But will it just be it? Peter Porker off to the side has hopped over the wall as well as Kaz coming in. Leona looking for the engage. If he lands the E, it's going to be perfect. He lands it onto, of all people, Evelyn, who immediately just runs away, realizing that he was going to die. Wanted to be able to keep his team alive, and Paranoid going to be able to survive this one as well unless the Spirit comes in. And that will hit Christius anyways. And they will go for a 1-for-1 trade there, but they still got the dragon either way. They have pretty much kept the game all tied up here, 17.5 to 17.7. Not a lead for either team just yet, really. But we do have 2 kills on the side of Evelyn, 2 kills on the side of Kha'Zix, so both junglers really getting in there, really making their presence known so far after they were a little bit passive early on. And we'll see if they can continue to do that here in just a few. Alright, so now Tran gonna actually visit middle. Probably shove that lane up. Now Renekton going in against Aatrox yet again. Aatrox obviously has that Blood Bowl up. Both Ignites were used. And now Nick, I'm not sure if he can really win this fight here because he's gonna have a full health Aatrox here in just a few seconds. And he will back away with this one. Morgana though coming up from the side. Panda, he's being very aggressive. Actually, sorry, Nick one's being very aggressive considering where Morgana is, and he's looking for that dark binding. Kha'Zix's gonna be coming in from the river as well. He actually will get locked up, and he will not go down. There it is. Morgana does pick up the kill with the help of the ultimate, and now he's gonna fall to the hands of Oh no, he doesn't! Kha'Zix cancel the attack, but here he comes. He flashes in. He does pick up the kill, and now it's Panda up against Panda. Which one's stronger? Obviously, the Pedo will work out in the end here as Evelyn comes up from the side, and that will be a kill and a shutdown coming in. That is now 3 kills for Jester, and Pedo Panda does live, the stronger Panda of the two, and does escape with his life there. Alright, so now 4 to 6. Finally a little bit of a lead coming in the way of Empire. It's taken them a while, but they're slowly building up over 1,000. And Peter Parker almost has that Unthemes and Holy Grail now done. Look over his opponent who does have it done finally. Now we're seeing Tran. Now 1v1 against Evelyn. Edge ult even comes from the side. And actually the slow does get stopped here, but it doesn't matter in the end. He's gonna pick up the kill. As I said, Jester at 4-1 here. And it's starting to get out of hand a little bit. They're starting to really build up a nice little bit of lead here, especially with the help of Evelyn. As you see, Pedo Panda working into that Tiamat, and that Ravenous Hydra soon thereafter. And you see Nick does have that Sunfire Cape now done, so he's maybe a little bit tanky. But I don't know if he's tanky enough here, as Panda gonna turn it straight onto him. Looking for some new damage, gonna be actually switching and kiting. Switching up his W and kiting quite well there. But you can still see it takes quite a bit of damage. That cloth armor he did pick up earlier on did go into those Ninja Tabi, as now we're seeing Evelyn pick up her own red. Has a giant spell on top of that. And let's see what he does go back and buy up here, because he has quite a bit of money to spend, 1,700. I'll be surprised to see Reynolds Element picked up, and now Panda gonna get the knock up on a turret. Here comes the dive coming out of Renekton though, and Panda does not have anything to escape. This does actually pop the flash, does get the slow as well, but Nick one coming in, he gets slowed up. He should have flashed that, and now this is gonna be Panda maybe surviving this one, as the other kind of Panda does land the W onto it, but is it gonna be enough? He does get the slow, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna go down here. Now Panda might get chased down, as a Sunfire Cape was picked up for Evelyn here, looking for a kill. Oh, he's evolving, and he does get the lead. Ooh, that was too close. Here comes Evelyn with the flash. We'll get the speed up from the W. Why are you not watching this? As that's why, because he does back away. And that will be a kill yet again coming in for them. Alright, so now we're about 17 minutes in. Oh, the thing is, Frost, I said he has nothing to escape because I knew that Renekton had his up as well. Because they've both been using him at the exact same time for every single flash that they've gone through. So in the end, he wouldn't have been able to escape that one, but I don't know. But 17 minutes, 5-7 in favor of the side of Dragon. Sorry, of Empire, and they also have a gold lead, almost approaching 1,000 now, as Aatrox just gonna hop over the wall. It does have his blood well up now, but he's being forced to just pretty much heal the entire time here, and you can see he's trying to shut the lane out. He's not trying to get dove on. He's healing up as much as possible, and he should be fine, as that Tiamat is now getting close to being done. Maybe he's gonna go in for a build joy colors. We'll see. But we're approaching that point where Dragon has come back up. And now Tran might get caught here. Evelyn not having that speed up. And that will be the rest of their team backing away with Evelyn still off to the side. Ultimate is available. No flash though. I'm gonna get the Dragon down a little bit of health. Meantime, we are seeing Renekton come in. Evelyn gonna be able to actually get stunned up here by Leon. He gets locked down, and he's gonna actually fall from this one. And that should allow Dragon to be picked up for the side of Dragon here. A quick little engagement. And a nice call does pick them up and net them a kill. And most likely Dragon off the back of that. So the ultimate will be unfortunately just a little bit too late there. So that will be 1-1 in Dragons now. As we have Dragon pick up their... Oh, and I just realized their name was Dragon. I just realized their name was Dragon. Yeah. Anyways, I swear I'm still tired, guys, from Poland. That's why my mind is not fully into this. But in the meantime, we do see a fight breaking on the top side. Panda getting shoved down. He's using his leap to get away. Almost likely be able to save his blood well. Does pop his ultimate. But now Nick doesn't really have anything stopping him from going for the dive. Actually, take the turret. He does get slowed up under it as well. Panda is actually chasing him down here, but that Sunfire Cape just is too much for him to deal with. And that turret is now very, very low on health. Nick won't be surprised if he actually goes for the fight here. As we do nearly get caught up here. The ultimate gonna come out of Morgana. Does flash out of it though. Evelyn coming from the side. We'll just back away instead. And top side, Pedo Panda and Nick one still going head to head here. Here comes Cass from the side, and that is a dead Aatrox. He picks on up now 5-1 with that Brealizer. And Pedo Panda is not having a good time on this top side. They're gonna continue to shove that top lane down. Maybe pick up another as a spear. Doing some really good damage right there. Aatrox has finally picked up his Tiamat now. But he's currently 1-4. He's down in farm, and something you really don't expect, considering he had that early lead, considering he won that initial duel. Alright, so Face of the Mountain has been completed, as well as Leona switching over to a sweeping lens. Triforce now done for Ezreal, who is still down quite a bit in farm. I don't know, I'm still not really feeling that pick. I mean, he picked it as a first thing, and you never need to do that. No one's ever gonna pick Ezreal against you. very few people ever play him anymore. I don't know. So he's also going to come in, kind of shove the lane out. But nearly will get locked down by Dark Binding. Not really care either way. We'll just go back to farming. Currently 189 to 213 in the mid lane. A lead for Empire. Whatever else, it's a lead for Dragon right now. And Caitlyn does have that static shiv now done. And nearly now has the death cap. So we're at that point where I feel if Dragon does start to take the game to Empire, then they're gonna be able to win these fights out. And right now, Nickel getting product here still should have that Slice and Dice still available. Though does have flash, and will Slice and Dice over the wall. Baron though does. Oh god! The Dark Binding lands him and actually stops him right inside the Baron pit. So he's taking up Baron. He's taking up Neon, who finally picks up his first kill of the game, and does give him that man advantage here. So just as they started being aggressive, they turn that around, and they are grouped up all 5 middle, looking for the push onto this turret, and they should potentially pick that up here as a team at now bought for Renekton. Eve does have ultimate available. They could look for the fight here. Does actually pop it. And it's going straight in for it. Dark Binding does land, and that is going to be a dead. Literally, Leona ultimate tries to turn it around, tries to lock them up, but it's just not enough. And then Ziggs ultimate comes in. That's a dead Leona. Evelyn is just going crazy. Here's a double kill in for Ziggs. Gonna actually block out that Caitlyn ultimate. And Kha'Zix will survive to fight another day here, but that turret middle won't. And that will be a 1-for-2 trade in the end. Coming in from the side of Empire. Alright, so Frost Queen's claim now picked up for Morgana. Ravenous Hydra now done for Aatrox here. It's only 8 to 10. There's only a 500 gold difference between these two teams at the moment. And Ziggs gonna go back, probably pick up Death Cap for himself now. At least I would imagine so. And there it is. Alright, so at the 23-minute mark, what are we going to see next? Dragon will be up at about 1:30. So I imagine that's where the fighting's really going to break out here soon. Kha'Zix even backing out to pick up his Last Whisper. So Brutalizer, Last Whisper, Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and a Chain Vest on him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually being turned into a GA to give him that extra sustain and that extra second life in these fights, but this is very dangerous. They have a lot of damage on their team. If a Spear and a Kha'Zix do land, that is going to be a dead person no matter what. Unless it's Aatrox who has that blood well up. But that would only survive for a little bit of time. Alright, so now 40 seconds ago, it looks like the side of Dragon are going to be set up for their brother. They do have that sweeping lens still. They do have the Sightstone on Leona, so they could set up for it, but they have finally headed down. They did get the last dragon. They're looking to take it now to 2 here. Leona just going to ward up over to blue. Just going to spot that it was recently taken. And this is an interesting position because right now they can either shove middle, get a turret, or go back for dragon. It looks like they're going to just take the turret. Morgana coming in. There's not a nice ult on the 3 people, but the second part doesn't go after Aatrox, diving straight into Kaelin as a barrier comes in with the ignite, but he will go down. Even the heal from Nidalee wasn't enough. Blood will be popped here. And now they need to back Aatrox up, or he's going to take it down as a spear, and the W lands from Kha'Zix. And that will be a kill. That is now Panda on a rampage. And it was a 1-for-1 trade from that one. Neon needs to heal up somehow. But does have his ultimate available. I might use it to actually stop them from potentially doing Dragon Binding. Not gonna connect though. And it actually looks like the team of Dragons are just gonna back away. Or are they? Now looking for the fight. And then starting up Dragon, already very low on health. Looks like it will be dropped here in just a second. Spear comes in though, and steals that away. Fantastic throw from Peter Porker right there. That now does secure 2-1 in favor of Dragons. And that's something that shouldn't happen. Evelyn did have Smite, but didn't use it. Or didn't use it in time, unfortunately. League of Carry Jugglers. It's kind of funny considering how the jungle has evolved over time. Back in Season 2, it was all support junglers. In Season 3, it was like Jarvins and like early ganking-ish junglers, you know, Volibear, Jarvan, Nasus, etc. Now it's evolved into the carries going in the jungle. It's quite nice. Kinda trying to harass down Nick here. Does have a Spectral's Cow picked up. A little bit of magic resist. Not sure why he decided to go for that. Well, actually, he's going for a Spirit Visage for some extra sustain, but I think a Randoms would have benefited him a little bit more in these fights since he's taking a lot of AD damage and he can completely dodge the ability power damage out of Nidalee here, but if my last name did have 2 P's in it, that would be weird. You try to type my name and you get the Kappa face every single time. But right now, looking to go for a catch here for the side of Empire. They're setting up a little bit around Baron. They do have 3 sweeping lenses. Ziggs is going to eat a nice spit of the face. Get knocked down a good chunk of health. And now we're having both teams finding enough grooving up towards the top side. Leona going to go for the engage all by herself. Might get bursted down just from this. But looking at the backside live, that will be Leona going down. But here comes Kha'Zix from the side, looking for the fight here. As he's looking to have the help from Renekton. He will get locked down, actually exhausted. Will flash away out of this one though. The shutdown does come in for the side of Renekton. And they will pick up another kill. He will have a leap yet again, as well as the stealth coming in. He will jump away. He will not survive because Ezreal will pick up the kill. And they're looking to turn this around onto Renekton and the Caitlyn as they're chasing him down here. Neon, he needs something to escape, but will get flashed on. Will get killed, and that will be a double kill. And maybe even an ace coming here. Well, Lily will land that one. So an ace, a 2-for-5 trade. Leona sacrificing herself right there. I thought it was a little bit of an interesting engage, but it stalled them long enough for the team to get in there and the team to pick up the big kills. And now off of that, looks like they will get Baron as well. And they will be able to pick up a nice little bit of a lead here. So that game kind of exploded really, really quickly. And I was going to say, right before the fights broke out, is that you never typically see both teams send all their players towards a top lane or an outer turret like that, or even a bottom turret. But it works out for them in the end, at least on the Son of Dragons. And they do secure that Baron. So now, with the Baron buff, with all that money to spend, we've seen Aegis picked up, a Banshee's Veil picked up. What else is going to be bought here? A Void Staff for Nidalee. And that Last Whisper should be coming in soon for Caitlyn when she does go back. So a lot of items completed. And that is not a good sign if you're on that other team here. But Ezreal does have the Last Whisper, does have the Triforce. Does have that, and does have that Bilgewater Cutlass, but I don't know. I don't really feel like he's impactful as Caitlyn is currently doing for Dragons. And you can't run Empire or Team Empire if you don't run a Nunu as well, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I think they were flawed within their picks here, but let's see. Now approaching that 29-minute mark. Kha'Zix is even looking for potentially a fight on the bottom side. And he's now level 15, so once he hits that 16 point, I wouldn't be surprised if he does evolve his Q. He's just trying to shove the lane, trying to keep the minions off the turret, not allow that one to fall, but it will go down here in just a second. In the meantime, you're seeing Dragon respawn with a push on the middle here. And that is going to be a dead Ziggs. Peter Porker picks one up. And with all 4 men there, they're going to shove this turret down. Ezreal going to come from the side, but it's just not going to matter. They're going to avoid it completely. And are going to push down onto this inhibitor turret. And Kha'Zix continue to shove in, continue to stop them from backing away completely here. And Neon's trying to get away. I'm not sure if he's actually going to escape. No, he gets delayed here on the bottom side. And that will be an inhibitor turret now going down. And maybe an inhibitor here because the only person that has come back is Evelyn. And she's not able to get there quick enough. So that is just 2 full turrets going down for a 1 and an inhibitor being taken. And completely out-positioning, outsmarting the other team right there. And not to mention Kha'Zix picking up that blue buff. And now they're going to go for a shove onto spawn turret with the hype of that Baron. And with the super minions pushing middle, they have all the time in the world to get this turret down. And it's like they're not even going to need it here. So they're just going to push up. And now Morgana spell shield the stun though. And Nick one getting really aggressive here. He needs to kind of back away. Leona going to miss his Zenith Blade. Going to shove them back though. And we'll keep them away from that turret. So there's another one going in favor of them. They just picked up a giant amount of gold here. But now Lyn in a very bad position. Might be able to heal up here with the help of that Bloodthirster here in just a second. Well, not if you use your Q on the minion wave, you're not going to be able to heal. And they're going to go back to shoving middle. Gonna have to be careful. We'll dodge Dark Binding. And Nick chasing down Ezra, get the stun over the wall, and just gonna actually back away off of that one. But here comes the fight. Zig's ultimate comes in. We're not gonna get pushed away. We'll get taken down eventually by the ultimate out of Ezra here, so a little bit aggressive. A little bit too cocky out of the side of Dragons, but has Superman's pushing middle. They're still looking for damage onto this turret, and oh my god, those spears! If they do connect, takes Ezra down to no health at all, and he will go. Will be forced to go back to base to heal up before joining his team yet again. Caitlyn able to get a lot of damage onto this turret. It's going to fall very, very fast. That will actually just get completely taken down. Now Aatrox jumping into the backside. We'll get his blow popped. Not sure he's going to be able to escape this one, as we do have now Renekton going to be taken down here in just a second. Oh no, he won't actually get healed up. He will survive. Peter Porker picks up the kill to Aatrox, even flashing, looking for another kill. Barrier is popped. Caitlyn going to town on this edge. Oh, he's going to drop as well. And will dodge the Dark Binding. Has another inhibitor going down. And that might potentially be the game. They have two people on 30 seconds of Reese looking for some damage onto the inhibitor or onto the Nexus turrets, and you can just understand the call in the team. Just guys, we can push this. Guys, come on! I'm Caitlyn. I got this. They can't do anything about it, and you see them just going to continue to kill out these waves, and we'll finally push on the Nexus turret. First one going to fall here momentarily, as everyone trying to do everything she can to keep them off of it, and it's down to low half health. Instead, they're going to back away. Do the smart move. If 3,600 gold is spent for Kha'Zix, 2,500 for Caitlyn, 2,000 for Nidalee, and even almost 2,000 for Renekton on that top side. So they're going to come back even stronger, especially with the help of that dragon. And they are going to look for the finish here very, very soon. Are you dead inside? Never really hear that question asked. I'm pretty sure it wasn't to me. Nidalee, though, gotta be careful. Gonna try to dodge. Gotta dodge Dark Binding. Morgana. Flashing in, not using Dark. Oh, it actually misses! Peter Porker does actually escape it. But now he's getting slowed up. He's not gonna escape this one in the end. Or will he? Nope, he's gonna get taken down. And that will be a shutdown finally for Evelyn here, who's still going that pure full tank build. That full tank build really doesn't do jack squat against one spear or one attack from Caitlyn. Morgana gotta pick up the Zodi's Hourglass. Aatrox has that Banshee's Veil not done. And didn't even go for a Spirit Visage, so that's interesting. And the GA is now done for Kha'Zix, who picks up a Black Cleaver. Why not? And it looks like now they're going to go towards this top side to shove this turret in instead. Not go for the push onto Nexus turrets, but it's by the book. Why not?
Red team's inhibitors respawning soon.
Let the Super Minions continue to shove down middle and bottom. Force the team to go for engage, and they're going to get caught up by the Dark Binding. And they'll actually turn this around here. They do want to go for engage. Nico coming straight into the entire fight. Look at the damage that they're freaking doing here as one man does fall. We're going to get dropped as well. Kha'Zix is just yumping everywhere if you're watching us on stream earlier on. He's jumping to 3 right there. This time the GA is still up though, so he should be able to survive this one in the end. Actually, we'll flash Zig's ultimate and we'll keep his GA. He's going to get a triple kill. And that is going to be an ace coming in for the side of Dragons here. 3 for Kha'Zix, 2 for Caitlyn. And they are going to get these Nexus turrets here. Nick is going to survive, barely. And that will be now Dragons advancing on into the grand finals to play against ROX. See who's going to take first in the Russian qualifiers. That will be best of 3 here. And the both Nexus turrets have fallen. That was even the Nexus falling down as well. And a fantastic game. Done. Well, come on, just hit the damn Nexus. That I would DQ a team as quickly as possible if I saw this happening. Them just sitting there not attacking. Being dicks. But they will pick up the win either way. 22-15 after 34.5 minutes. 11-2 Kha'Zix, a 6-3 Caitlyn, and a 2-4-14 Renekton off of that. All right, so that is going to be them advancing on into the grand finals, playing against ROX in just a few. So when we come back, we will have the grand finals. I hope you guys stick around and play some little bit of music. I think we're going to have about a squeak 5-minute break, but we will find out after that. We will find out who's going to be the victor, who's going to be winning the 250 euros. And now we already have our 2 teams qualified into the spring playoffs coming up, I believe, at the end of this month. So guys, we'll be back in just a few.